All right, you guys, so welcome back to part 2. So we have got our next example, and we're continue on with a similar process to what we did in the previous video. So if I slide this down, okay, it says given the function g of x equals x squared plus 10x plus 19, determine the average rate of change of the function over the interval -9 to 1. All right, so because I'm not given a table, okay, I have to do a little bit of work, okay, because I have to use the equation that they gave me. So I have x squared plus 10x plus 19. All right, I'm going to show you how to do this by hand, and then I'm also going to show you how we can use Desmos to help us out. Okay, and it's going to be nice what Desmos can do for us. Okay, all right, so we have to go from the interval of -9 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. Okay, so what that tells me I need to do is I need to figure out what g of 9 is. Oop, g of -9. Let me fix that. G of -9 equals, and I need to figure out what g of 1 equals. Okay, so for this first one, I'm going to plug in -9 everywhere that I see x squared. So -9x squared plus 10 times -9 plus 19. This is why we evaluated functions in the previous video. All right, and then from here, I'm just going to use my calculator. Okay, let's make life a little bit easier for us. All right, so -9 squared plus 10 times -9 plus 19. All right, so that equals 10. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go back to the original equation. I'm going to plug in 1. So 1 squared plus 10 times 1 plus 19. All right, so parentheses 1 squared plus 10 times 1 plus 19. All right, and that equals 30. Okay, so why have I done that? So now what I have is I have 2 points, and it may not look like it, but okay, g of -9, that's my x value, so -9, and the answer that I just got is my y value, 10. Same thing here, my x value is 1, and the answer that I just got is my y value, which is 30. So now I'm going to use these 2 points, and I'm going to calculate the slope. So m equals 30 minus 10 over 1 minus -9. 1, I cannot write today. 1 minus -9. All right, so 30 minus 10 is 20, and 1 plus 9 is 10, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. Okay, so that is the average rate of change over the interval from -9 to 1. All right, so if I type in 2, submit my answer, and there you go. Okay, and same idea, plugged in -9, plugged in 1, use those ordered pairs to calculate the slope. Okay, so let me show the question again. Okay, and there's my answer that I typed in. So let me drag this over here. Okay, and then let's bring up Desmos. Okay, let me get my screen to split better. Okay, click. All right, let's go to our graphing calculator. Okay, all right, so I'm going to type in what they gave me, and let me see if I can copy and paste. Copy. And okay, why won't it copy? Let's see, let me try that again. Copy. It does not want to paste for me. All right, so let me type it in. All right, I'm just going to type in y equals instead of g of x. X squared plus, oops, 10x plus 19. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. X plus shift plus 19. Okay, so I want to know what happens at the interval from -9 to x. So here's the picture of my graph. Great. Okay, I have what's called a parabola. But here's where I'm going to use my calculator. Okay, I'm going to go right here to this wheel. And I'm going to click on it. And then I'm going to switch to a table. Okay, so now it's taken my function and I've converted it to a table. All right, now I'm going to delete, okay, the pre-loaded items in my table. And now I'm going to type in -9, and then I'm going to type in 1. Okay, and you can see right here 10 and 30. Okay, so that gave me the answers. Okay, if I bring back this part, okay, that gave me this step right here. So I was able to eliminate all of this work right here. Okay, and I could have immediately jumped to calculating my slope. Okay, all right, so that's how you can utilize the calculator to help you. All right, so let's try that part again, because I think in terms of doing it by hand, that one example was enough. So let's go to a new problem. All right, it says given the function h of x equals -x squared minus 6x plus 17, determine the average rate of change of the function over the interval from -9 to -2. All right, so y equals, and you can type in h of x, it works. -x, oops, shift squared minus 6x plus 17. Okay, and my x. Why is it doing that? There we go. Okay, so if I zoom out, okay, there's my parabola. It's upside down, which is fine. Okay, all right, now I'm going to go to this wheel again, go to the edit, and I'm going to convert it to a table. All right, I'm going to delete out the predetermined values because that's just Desmos being nice and giving me some values to start with. I'm going to type in -9 first, and then I'm going to type in -2. Okay, so that gives me, okay, my intervals, okay, that I need to find my slope for. Okay, and so I'm going to write those down and I'll switch over. So -9, -2, -10, 25. So there's x, and here's h of x. Okay, so let's bring that back over here. Okay, so there's the information from Desmos. So what do I do with that? Okay, I use that to find my slope. Now remember, if you've got it in table form, you are welcome to calculate it just right there in the table and say, okay, if I want to go from -9 to 2, I need to add 7. And to go from -10 to 25, okay, that means I need to add 35. Okay, which means my change in y is 35 over my change in x, which is 7, which is 5. Now, if you don't like doing it that way, m equals 25 minus -10 over -2 minus -9. So that's 25 plus 10 over -2 plus 9, which is 35 over 7, which is 5. I mean, you've got lots of different ways you can do this, okay? I think looking at it in that table form, okay, that might be easier for some of you guys, okay? All right, so then I just go over here, I'm gonna type in 5, submit my answer, and there we go, okay? All right, so I think you've got enough to do this next section of Delta Math, and I'll come back in our video for part 3. All right, good luck.